Good pressure by the Sabres.
On the wall here,
3 minutes gone in the first. Stajan will chip and chase. Bollig joins him on the rush. Stajan gets the puck out front of the goal. Shot stopped by Enroth. By Byron pulling the trigger, and they whack away at the rebound. Jonas Enroth able to hang on. Now Backlund regroups and drops it off to Chris Russell. Russell watched by Ennis, couple of former Medicine Hat Tigers. As Russell heads off. Backlund with a wrister. Enroth makes the glove save and hangs on. On the boards to Tyler Ennis, threw it out front, pass blocked by Brody. Loose puck comes to Bowman, took a hit from Girgensons, but got the puck outside the line. Myers ahead to Flynn, backhand pass, broken up at the line by Brody. Big hit thrown by Jones on Georges. Stood him up in front of the Calgary bench. TJ Brody, meantime, gets the puck deep in his own end. Comes over the line with a shot that's blocked as Mazzaro's got in the way of that one. The two that come to mind are Andrew Ference and Pavel Datsyuk. Here's a 2-on-1. Hodson with Stafford. Hodson shoots, save, rebound. Hiller able to poke it off the stick and through Stafford before he can pull the trigger. And the Flames clear the puck out to center ice. Bollig knocks down Ellis, but the Sabres take control. Ristolainen feeds it across. Delorier over the line with a slapper. Glove saved by Hiller. And he hangs on for a whistle. Buffalo's power play worst in the league, 9.9%. However, they have scored goals in back-to-back games with the man advantage. Here's Ennis with a wrist shot. They score! Chris Stewart with the redirect. And just like that, it's 1-0 Buffalo.
Myers, there's Ristolainen. He just a little chip pass over there to Ennis. You can see Stewart just get out in front. He takes about a step or two in front of Hiller, makes it awfully difficult for Hiller to make that decision. Does he go to him, or does he have to be honest with the shooter, Ennis? It's a pretty clever play. You heard John Shannon say the last 12 games or so that
Buffalo, like their power play, worst penalty kill in the league as the Flames work it in. Diaz, Brody, lots of room. Brody's shot steered away by Enroth. They've been going wide anyway. Laurier gets the loose puck on the boards. Two Flames converge. Lead pass to Gaudreau. Over the line on the right side now. Flames control it there. Gaudreau down low, trying to cut out front. Scores!
you recognize that he has to take a step out. He does that quickly. And he roofs that on Enroth. But I think the key to this one is that quickly Gaudreau knew he had to get in front of the goal line. You're not dangerous if you're behind the goal line with the puck, and somehow being worn down coming back to Calgary for this game.
That game's as good as a good night's sleep for the players. There's Weidman with a slap shot deflected on goal by Hudler, and a nice save by Enroth on a redirect. On the boards, Girgensons back to Myers, drops it off for Ennis. Back to Myers, slap shot, Hiller save, rebound loose. Brody gets control around the boards and down the ice. So around the boards, Mazzaro's trying to keep it in and does. Gets the pass back. On the boards to Flynn. Side of the goal, Stafford on goal with a backhand shot that Hiller kicked away, and the rebound comes outside the line. Giordano. Gaudreau. Giordano on the backhand with a shot on goal, but Enroth turns aside. Puck comes back out front, but it's chopped away as the horn sounds. And the first period comes to an end. Georges in the first period with a big check. Raymond off the draw with a shot up high on Enroth, and he squeezes the puck for a whistle. Cody Hodson down the wing, trying to get around Brody. Backhand pass out front, deflects to the slot. Swatted aside by Bollig. Hodson onto the puck. Cody Hodson's had a pretty good game so far, Kelly.
Moving his feet well.
Stafford trying to cut out front with a weak shot. Hiller turns that away. Played back to the front of the goal, and shot just wide by Stafford. Weber winds up with control, and he'll lift it to the line. Kept on side by Giordano. Giordano, nice play. There's a shot by Hudler that Enroth's able to make a pad save and cover up as the Flames took a hit but made a play. Behind the net to Ennis. Tyler Ennis out the other side. Turns along the boards, watched by Monahan. Ennis behind the net. Girgensons trying to cut out front. Hiller's down, able to hold that stick down and keep the puck out, then finally cover up as Girgensons loose puck. Flames pick it up. They have numbers. Four of them out to center ice. Jones leads the way down the wing. Jones with a shot. Glove save Enroth. And he hangs on. 5'11".
Yeah.
Marty Brodeur.
Marty Brodeur is only 5'11".
Seems a little bit taller. Maybe he is. Shot from the line, steered aside. Back and able to keep the play alive in the offensive zone. Backlund to Colborne down low. Colborne to Raymond in the corner. Turns back to Giordano with the puck. Giordano with a wrist shot, never got it through. One-timer, Weidman hit the goal post. David Jones onto the puck with speed down the wing and a shot. That goes off of Mazzaros wide. Right to Chris Stewart, who has the Buffalo goal. Drops it off to Hodgson. Cody Hodgson. Stewart, top of the circle with a shot. And Hiller's able to take that and hang on. Gaudreau, Russell with him on the rush. Gaudreau with a shot, and that's deflected by Ristolainen wide of the goal. Ahead to Cody Hodgson. Can't get it out. Here's Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau in tight. Spinning. Backhand out front for Hoodler with a shot. And Enroth makes the save with the blocker. Puck goes over the net. And then dropped it off to Derek Engelland with 5.5 minutes to go in the second period of a 1-1 game. Mazzaros played it ahead to Gionta. Cuts to the middle with a shot. Turned aside by Hiller. Ellis turning in the corner. Works it back behind the net. Comes out the other side. Now we'll play it deeper to the far side. Delorier just off the bench. Coletta behind the net. Out front with a pass. Ellis with a shot, and Hiller down, able to make the save and squeeze the puck for a face-off. Gaudreau has the Calgary goal in this game. Monahan chips that in. Wide of the net. Enroth will feed it up the glass. TJ Brodie keeps play on side with a shot into traffic out front. And shot wide by Monahan. Enroth down, open net. Stafford trying to get around Brodie. Brodie stumbles, pass out front, deflected away, kept on side by Weber with a shot, save, rebound, what a save by Hiller, as he got the left wing out and stole Chris Stewart on the rebound, and he's able to cover up. Cross to Myers. Weidman chips it ahead to Hoodler. Can't get it out. Here's Matt Molson down low, trying to cut out front with a shot, stopped by Jonas Hiller.
Stick to what we do best, and we'll come out on top.
Here's a chance for Hoodler early in the third with a shot blockered away by Enroth. Diaz back at the line with room to get a shot away, steered away, stick save Enroth. That time as Flynn gets the puck out of the corner, and boy, he got a lot of muster on that shot, but he missed the net. Giordano. Weidman in tied out front, tipped on goal, rebound loose. And the puck winds up in the corner. Ellis doesn't have a stick, it's broken on the far boards. With the puck back to the line to Giordano. Thought about shooting. Weidman will. That's deflected just wide. Hoodler gets the puck. Flip pass back to Giordano. Giordano. Weidman. Back to Giordano with a wrister pad save. Enroth. Rebound cleared to the boards. And Johnny Gaudreau for the Flames. Colborne out of the Calgary zone. Penalties over. 3 shots for the Flames on that power play. Here's Raymond out front. Backward shot stopped by Enroth on the one-timer. Still battling for the puck. Byron gets it back to the line. Giordano with a wrist shot. Put that just wide. Didn't miss by much. Brodie gets to the puck down low. Feeds it back to Bollig, looking for his first goal as a Flame. There's a wrist shot by Bollig, steered away by Enroth. Joe Colborne onto the puck. Nice pass. Finds Josh Juris down the wing. Juris works it in. 3 Flames over the line. Drops it off for Colborne. Right in with a shot. Blocked. They score the rebound.
Nice little pass. Tape to Juris. He enters the zone, but Colborne hustles into the zone, beating Matt Molson into the Sabres zone. That's just a foot race right there. Colborne beats him, gets an initial chance, puck right through.
A long way to go here. It's Bollig with a backhand shot blockered away by Enroth. Gionta works it down the wing. Mitchell with him over the line. Gionta with a weak shot. Hiller makes the save and covers up the puck as we approach the midway mark of the third period. Hoodler tips it across to Raymond. Sets up on the right side. Back to the line for Brodie. Brodie fakes. Over to Diaz with a one-timer. Enroth save. They score the rebound. Joe Colborne able to poke them between the pads. And it's 3-1 Calgary.
We're just getting too many chances not to. So we're going to get back to the point. There's a fake shot. Diaz, similar to Weidman in that spot for one-timer. And Colborne doing what he does really well, using that big body in front of the net, 6'5", making it difficult for Enroth to see the puck, and then just banging away at the rebound. But you just had a feel that they have to score eventually with all the chances there.
Bank pass for Bowman didn't work. Mazzaros took it away. Ristolainen now through center ice. Over the line with a bit of room. Cuts to the middle. Now Chris Stewart, slap pass out front. Hiller makes the save as he stacks the pads on the short side. Thrown back out front by Stewart. Weidman pumped by Mitchell. Now it's worked in by Monahan. Plays it across to Hoodler up front. There's Gaudreau, scores!
just see just entering the zone. So much confidence right here by Monahan. And then Hudler, just terrific vision. And Goudreau with the wherewithal to know, go to the net, put my stick on the ice, and Yuri Hudler in all likelihood will put it tape to tape, and that's exactly what happens right there.
That'll pretty much do it. Final 5 seconds of this one. Foley clears the zone, and the horn sounds. Calgary Flames kick off a 6-game homestand with a 4-1 win over the Sabres.